Hi, good people. Hello, leaders. This is Tinyiko Motileni, your leadership specialist for women who are leading or working in the male-dominated industries. Um, we are here again for the knowledge, experience, and wisdom that I have acquired during my 22 years and half experience that I have acquired in the male dominated industries. Guys, I stand for the leadership of women in the male dominated industries. I believe that women can do whatever that they want in the industry that they want. So, this is what I want to share so that the next generation can land on a softer cushion. Hey, it's very important to take care of our own, guys. Very, very important. So, hence, I'm sharing this information. Today, we're talking about establishing your identity. You need to stop employees from discrediting you as a female leader. They are very good in doing that. The employees are very good in doing that, in making sure that you don't exist. You are there as a female leader, as a manager, as a supervisor, but you don't exist, you know? So I want us to talk about that topic of being discredited, and it is not a nice thing to go through, okay? It's not very nice to go through that a process of being discredited. So you need to make sure that you establish your leadership identity. First thing, when you enter or when you get into your leadership position or a company where you're going to lead, first thing, you need to make sure that you establish that leadership identity, and that is going to help you, and is going to help your employees, and is going to help your mentor to understand what kind of a leader are you establishing yourself to be. Okay, so when you just get into that position or that company, try and make sure that you establish your leadership identity. If you are not going to do that, okay, let me say, I didn't do that at the beginning, okay? And what I ended up being, it was a post box. I was a post office, a post box, a post office. If whatever that you want to relate to. So I would take instructions from my male boss to my employees. So I would just end up being a messenger, from my boss to my employees all the time. And that's where I got discredited by employees. That's where my good cause of being a female leader was null and void. So employees would know, they are very good, they know very well who is speaking. They know very well who is speaking through your mouth. You see, so when I come to them and say, you know what, I want you to clean the extruder, or I want you to clean, they knew that the person who's speaking was my boss. It wasn't me. Okay, so, and it was true, I took instructions from him, and then I just related the instruction to them. You see, so they are very good in knowing who speaks how, especially when you are a female leader, because as a mostly as a black female leader, it's like we are bound to be submissive to our bosses. We are trained to be submissive, at home. So sometimes you would just think that your role is to just take instructions from your boss without making sure that you can take risk and make decisions, you see. So it's very, very important that you realize that you don't have to be too much submissive, because employees can really know who is giving instructions through your mouth. Okay, so that's when you become just a manager, when they have realized that this it is not her who's speaking, is that boss, is that big boss that is behind you. Okay, so it's a very tricky situation, because the minute I started establishing my identity as a leader, as a female leader, I ruffled the feathers. It just happened that I ruffled the feathers, because first of all, my boss never thought that I can make decisions. Okay. And second of all, the employees never thought that I can lead them. Okay. So when I started taking my own decisions, start making sure that I do not take instructions as they are. I just tell my boss to tell me what is it that he needs, the result that he needs, and then the implementation, it will come from me. Then he was very surprised. He was like, how are you going to do it right? Is it going to happen? Because he also understood that I need to go to the male employees and tell them about him, because he thought I was scared. He thought I wouldn't be a leader that's supposed to be. So I just had to change. I just had to make sure that I establish myself. I establish my leadership identity, so that both my male boss and the subordinates understood that I am my own person. I can do things on my own. I can lead them. And I can also be a leader that is required in the company. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today, that you need it's a requirement for you to establish your leadership identity, so that you are not discredited. The worst thing that had happened, it's when the employee uh, went to my boss and told questioned my boss about the instructions that I gave them. So can you imagine uh, that audacity to go over me to my boss and question the instructions that I gave them? So it clearly showed that they do not think I can do the job. I was discredited, in front of their eyes. So they never thought that I can be a leader, because I was a female in the male dominated industries. Okay. So your own leadership identity, it's very, very important. It's so important that you have to make sure that you think about what is it that they're going to know you for, right at the beginning. Okay. Lucky enough, I went through the process of being discredited, and that's where I came up, with ways in order to bring back that leadership identity. And in the next video, I'm going to share with you what is it that I did in order to make sure that I establish my own leadership identity, and the employees are beginning to trust and respect my decisions, and also my male boss began to trust and respect my decisions. Okay, so thank you very much. Let us meet in the next video, so that we can be able to establish ways on how you can establish your identity, your leadership identity, and stop employees from discrediting you. So please like the video and please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can bring more topics, that are going to help you. And also, the YouTube algorithms can be able to show many female employees these videos so that they can be able to stop making the same mistakes that I did. Thank you so much. Bye bye.